my channel. I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to another video and welcome to my 25 in 2025. Over these next couple videos, you're going to hear that I am very sick, so I apologize in advance for the sound of my voice during this video, but I don't have any other chance to get these filmed. It has to be today, it has to be now, so I apologize, but let's just bear through it. So just like so many others, I'm going to be talking about my 25 books that I want to read in 2025. In 2024, I did a lot better than I thought that I was going to. As of right now, of filming this video on the 27th of December, I have only not read one book on my 2025, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to it before the year is over, which is so sad because I was really on a roll. I was doing so good, but those last few months I slacked off, and here I am with the one not done. It's fine. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not sad about it. I'm not, but I am a little bit. It's okay. You live and you learn, and 2025 is going to be the year I finally finish my list of 25 books that I want to read in the year. So last year, I made the executive decision that I was only going to be putting on romances because in the previous years, I did a mix of genres, and I ended up not reading the other genres. I was only reading romance. I was only reading the romance books that were calling to me the most. This year, I decided to change it up just a little. I have 20 romance books and 5 fantasy romance books that I really want to get to, and I'm hoping will give me an extra motivation to pick them up because I'm already super excited for them, with the hopes that I can get to all of these. Crossing my fingers. But this needs to happen, or else tears will be shed and hearts will be broken. Mine in particular. So without further ado, let's talk about the 25 books I want to read in 2025. All right, let's start off with the fantasies because obviously it's the shortest list, and let's talk about the one that I don't own, but I absolutely am going to be reading no matter what. And you can probably already guess what it is because it's probably a lot of people's most anticipated for 2025, and that is, of course, Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros, the third book in the Imperium trilogy. Imperium series, and I'm excited. I'm so excited for it. I'm so pumped. I cannot wait to read book 3 in the series. We've been waiting for far too long for the third book, especially because books 1 and 2 had such rapid releases that this year plus has been brutal. But I cannot wait to read it. I know so many of you are also super excited for book 3, and it definitely had to be on my list. My next fantasy that I want to read is The Crimson Moth, or Heartless Hunter if you're in the US, but I need to read this. It's been on my list for so long. It's been on my priority list for so long. I still haven't read it. It's one of those books that's been recommended quite a bit and has been said to be one of the best fantasy books of 2024, and I need to get on the train. I think Karina read it and really enjoyed it, and here I am. Haven't yet read it, but now it's on my 2025. It's gonna happen. I'm speaking it into existence. I'm going to read this. This one I put on my list because it's almost a non-negotiable. I'm going to be reading this as soon as the audiobook drops, and that is Gold by Irvin Kennedy, the 5th book in the Play to Prisoner series. I need to read this book. I was going to read it in December, but I found out the audiobook wasn't going to be available until January, and this one is a must. It's necessary. I have to read it. I have absolutely fell in love with the Play to Prisoner series, and this is one that I'm chomping at the bit to read. The first book is called Guild. It is a King Midas retelling, and it is a book about women empowerment and finding your strength even in the toughest of times. Has a swoony romance at the center, although it is a slow burn. You have to read books 1 and book 2 to really feel the romantic feelings from this series, but it's so good once you finally get into it, and I cannot wait for book 5. The next fantasy that I want to read is The Book of Asriel. This is by Amber V. Nicole. This is one that I have been wanting to pick up for a while, but I never picked up a physical copy because I was waiting forever and 5 years for the special edition to come in from, I don't even remember, some book box that I waited so long to finally get this book, and now's the time to finally pick it up. I actually don't even know the synopsis of this book, but I do really want to read it. I've heard nothing but good things, and I think that book 3 is out now at this point, so I need to catch up. And the last fantasy on this list is Somewhere Beyond the Sea by TJ Klune, the sequel to The House on the Cerulean Sea. I love TJ Klune. I've loved everything that he's written. I'm so excited to read the next book in this series. I've heard mixed reviews so far, but I'm trying to keep my expectations at a moderate level, so I'm not overly disappointed. But I just love TJ Klune's work so much that it's kind of hard not to keep my expectations high, but I'm excited. I don't really know too much about this other than it's following Arthur instead of Linus, who we followed in the first book, and it has like gifted children. I don't want to say too much. I can't even remember the synopsis of the first book. I know what the first book is about, but like trying to do a synopsis that doesn't spoil the book is going to be hard, so I'm not going to. But I'm excited for this book, and hopefully, crossing my fingers, I love it. Okay, let's talk romance. I have 20 here. I don't know if I'm going to go over synopsis. I think I might just talk to you guys about them, give my first impressions of what I've heard of the book or what I'm excited about it, and then we'll move on. So the first one at the top is The Striker by Anna Huang. This is her newest series and her newest release, and I literally cannot wait. I'm so excited. It's a sports romance with a baseball player, I think, and I'm just so excited. Anna Huang knows how to do it right. It's a chunky book, so I know it's going to be good, or I'm hoping it's going to be good, but I cannot wait to read this. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. There might be art in here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Oh, it's soccer. It's soccer, not baseball. Oops, I got that wrong, but I'm so excited to read this. I cannot wait. There's literally a soccer ball on the front cover. And I was like, it's baseball, I swear. All right, up next we have Grimstone by Sophie Lark. This is one of her newest re-released books by Bloom. I don't actually know the synopsis of this, but I love Sophie Lark. I've been wanting to read more of her new releases, and this is one that I'm so excited for. On the back it says, I thought I wanted to make her scream, but now I want to make her smile too. It doesn't matter what order. Interesting. I love Sophie Lark. I think she does dark romance so well, and I'm excited for this one. Okay, I have a couple of hockey romances that I want to read. The first one being Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer. I just finished up my series that I was reading by this author. That was the Queen's Cove series, so I definitely want to pick up more from her and read more of her work. This is a second chance kind of romance from what I can remember. I read the first couple chapters of this with an arc that I was given from the author, but I never got a chance to finish it. I don't want to talk about it, but I am very excited to get around to this. I don't remember exactly the synopsis of this, but I think that they knew each other in high school and she always had a crush on him, and now they're getting their chance, so I'm excited to read that. And then the other hockey romance that I have is Icebreaker. Mixed reviews. So many mixed reviews. So many people love this, so many people hate this, and I need to know where I stand. It's been on my list for a long time, and it's about time that I finally get around to reading it. Up next we have Runaway Love by Melanie Harlow. I believe this has to do with a nanny romance. I love a good nanny romance. I'm pretty sure it's a Runaway Bride romance as well. Not romance, but it has Runaway Bride trope in it, and I'm excited for this. It says, yes, I'm a single dad who needs a nanny for the summer. Single parent is one of my favorites, so this definitely had to be on the list. Up next, we have one that I've had on my audiobook list for a really long time, and last year for my birthday, when I went to Barnes & Noble, this is the book that I picked up, and I need extra motivation to pick it up because it's a chunky baby, and that is Sweet Dandelion by Macaulay Smelter. I don't know the synopsis of this. I picked it up because I'd heard so many people talking about it and loving it and saying that it was sad, if I can remember correctly, and I don't know, the cover is so intriguing that I decided to snag myself a copy, and I cannot wait to give it a go. It says, Dandelion Meadows is cursed. Horrible name, horrible luck. Interesting. So it's going to be sad. Great. I can't wait to cry. You guys, I'm so stuffed up. I'm so sorry. I know it sounds so gross. I'm trying to be fast so that I can not be in front of you guys anymore. I apologize. All right, up next we have Everything for You by Chloe Leese. This is the next book in the Bergen Brothers series that I need to read, and I'm excited for this one. It's a male-male soccer romance, and give it to me now. I'm so excited. Chloe Leese does representation like nobody's fucking business, and I cannot wait for this one. I don't know the tropes of this, but I am excited to finally get around to it. It says, gear up for all the feels, steamy slow burn in this enemies to lovers sports romance about fighting for love when life's taught you it's a losing game. Give it to me now. All right, the next book that I have on my list of 25 and 2025 is technically only the first book in the series, but I only own the omnibus version of the Dark Legacy series by Jamin Eve and Tate James. If you guys don't already know, Tate James is one of my favorite authors of all time. She has several books coming out in 2025, but I put the one that I actually own physically on my TBR on this list. And I believe the first book is called Broken Wings. I'm excited for it. I literally don't know a single thing about it. I've never read the synopsis. I do love Jamin Eve as well. They co-wrote another series last year or 2 years ago that I ate up. I loved. And this one says, fucking hell, why are all the hot ones always psychopaths? It's going to be a wild ride. I can already feel it. The next one that I have on my list is a physical read because my goal in 2025 is to read more physical and Kindle books. And so that one is going to be Good Game by Madison Fox. Madison Fox is actually a booktuber. She started her career on BookTube, and then she has now written 3 or 4 books in the series. And I'm excited to get around to book 1. They are masked gamers. I think that's what the tropes are. I don't really know too much. It is a dark romance. I'm excited to read it. It's supposed to be smutty, and I cannot wait to finally pick this one up. This one I put on this list because if I don't read the rest of the series next year, I'm gonna have to get rid of them because I have read books 1 and books 2, and I didn't like them as much as I thought I was going to, but I want to get around to the second to last book in the series because I've heard nothing but good things. Does that make a lot of sense? No, but here it is. We have The Architect by Nikki Sloan. I read The Doctor and The Pool Boy, gave them both 3 and 2 stars, but something about the rest of the series keeps me intrigued to want to pick them up. I do own them all. They are signed and personalized to me, so I need to read them. This is about an architect. I don't really know. It's taboo, I know that. I don't know why it's taboo, but something about it is taboo. I'm excited to get around to it. Hopefully I love it. Another physical book on this list, the audiobook, I don't believe is out yet. We have A Ballad of Phantoms and Hope by K.M. Moranova. I read my first book by this author, and that was The Fabric of Our Souls last year, and I loved it. And this book is in the same world, and I'm excited to get around to it. It's going to be sad. There will be tears. I'm excited for it, but I'm also terrified to read it. The Fabric of Our Souls ended up as one of my favorite books of 2024, so I'm excited to get around to the next book by this author. I would like to continue more series, one of the series being the Gold Rush Ranch series by Elsie Silver. The next one is A Photo Finish. I don't know the tropes. I just know it's Elsie, and I need to read it. I love Elsie Silver so much. I need to read the rest of her backlist, and I'm excited to get around to book 2. Speaking of series, I would like to continue on with the Lioness series by Sarah Simone. This one is Salt Kiss. This is the second book, or technically the first full-length novel in the Lioness series. The first one was novellas. That was Salt in the Wound, and I had such a great time with that, only to find out this is going to be polyamory. And yes, give it to me now. Give it to me right now. I'm so excited. I don't know why I haven't read it yet, but now it's on the list, so I have to get to it. I put this one on this list because I want to read this author. It's been on my list for a while. It's a special edition that I haven't picked up yet, and I need extra motivation. And that is Help Me Remember by Corinne Michaels. I don't know too much about this book or this author, really. I know that she has a very large backlist, and I got this in a bell box, and so I wanted to give it a go. On the back says, I'm here, praying that even if she doesn't remember our past, she will fall in love with me again. Amnesia? Oh, God. Maybe I shouldn't have put that on the list. Maybe I should have read into these before I put them on the list. That is the better thing. But I didn't. I was trying to just pull things off my TBR, and look where it led me. Up next, we have another book that I don't know if I'm going to love, but this is the book in the series that I have been waiting to get to because I've heard it's so good. However, I read the first book in the series, really enjoyed it. But the second book, DNF'd it. So we'll see. And that is The Silent Water by Brittany C. Cherry. I've had pretty bad luck with this author for the last 2 books that I read from her. And so this one needs to be a win, or I'm going to cry. I'll be crying in the club, and no one can stop me. I don't know the synopsis. Are we seeing a theme? I'm just excited to get to it. When it comes to interconnected standalone series, I don't read the synopsis past book 1, so it's not surprising that I don't know what this is about, but I know it's supposed to be sad, heart-wrenching, broken characters. Somewhat excited to read it, seeing as I didn't love book 2. We'll see. Another one. Okay, man, I am really challenging myself at this list for 2025, but my reason for putting this on is after I read my last backlist book by Kennedy Ryan, and I didn't love it, I haven't picked up any more of her books. Not because I don't love her as an author, because you guys know I do. She's one of my favorites. But the other ones left such a bad taste in my mouth that I'm afraid to read more books in those series. And that one is Down to My Soul by Kennedy Ryan. This one is following Bristol's brother Risen and Kai. We met them in the Grip trilogy, and I loved them in the Grip trilogy. I didn't love the first book in the series, their story. And it's such a bummer because I really wanted to, but I'm hoping that book 2 will pull it all together for me and I'll love it and I can read the novella and be done because I would love to finish up Kennedy Ryan's backlist. This one, though, I'm so excited for because I need to finish up the series. I need to finish up the rest of the books that are in the series. I don't know if she's publishing anymore, but The Sacrifice by Chantal Cecere. I read The Sinner a few months ago and I loved it. I loved it. But I need to get around to this so I can read Carnage because what I really want to do is read Carnage, but I haven't read this one yet. It needs to happen. I'm so freaking excited. This series is so dark. It's so dark. It's so twisted. Read the trigger warnings. But oh my goodness, do I eat it up. I'm so excited. Nikki has been reading the series, and I believe she's already read Carnage. I believe. No, I don't know yet. I think that she wanted to read it. Don't know if she's picked it up yet. But we need to finish out the series because I need to read Madness as well. All of it. I need it right now. All right, we're getting to the end. My next book is Kill Switch by Penelope Douglas, the 3rd book in the Devil's Night series. I don't know why the series name just went right out of my head, but I'm excited to get around to this one. I have been putting off the series for quite some time, only because when I reread book 1, I didn't love it as much as I thought I was going to, but from what I've heard, the 3rd book is the best book in the series, so I'm excited to get around to it. Dark romance, second chance. They're very dark. Check the trigger warnings. Penelope Douglas books always have triggers, so check them, but I'm excited to get around to this one. Hopefully, I like it. Second to last, we have a Daphne Perry book that I don't hear a lot about, but I do want to pick it up, and that is Ivy. It says, whisper your confessions in our ear. I don't know what that means. Can you keep a secret? That particular line is reserved for another series, so we'll see how I feel about that one. But I'm excited to get around to this. I don't really know what it's about. The theme is continuing, but hopefully I love Daphne Perry's work, so crossing my fingers that this one works for me. And finally, the last and final book in my 25 and 2025 is Promises and Pomegranates by Savar Miller. I have started the series with the novella that comes before this book, but I have not yet read book 1. I need to get to it. I believe this is a Hades and Persephone retelling. I didn't love the novella, but it's novella, so I'm not going to judge it too harshly on that, but I am excited to get around to book 1 and see what I think of this. I do remember that he loved calling her his little Persephone, and that was a bit much for me. But I've heard great things about the series, so I'm excited to finally give it a go and see what I think of it. Alright, that's it. That's all the 25 books that I want to read in 2025. It's a hefty list. At what point am I going to stop reading the number of books in that year? Not this year, we know that, so let's go ahead and see if I can read these 25 in 2025, and then we'll come back at the end of 2025 to see how I did. But let's cross our fingers and hope that it's a success. This is going to be the year that I finish all 25 books. Speak it into existence for me, for you. I wish the best of luck for those that have a 25 in 2025 or a 12 in 12 or whatever you're going to do in 2025. I wish you the best of luck. Alrighty friends, that is the end of this video. If you made it to the end, don't know anything else to comment, leave any type of New Year's celebration emoji, fireworks, poppers, the little blow horny thingy jiggies, whatever they're called. Leave those emojis down below. That is the end of this video though. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And of course, leave any comments, questions, suggestions in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Baby, turn it down.